Hi, I'm Russ, Bassdozer, and I'd like to tell you about a couple of new Sunline products, an ICAST preview. One of the most interesting products is a new technique-specific line, and it's called Structure FC. It's FC for a fluorocarbon, and it's designed for offshore fishing, for structure fishing. This is a prototype spool, so it doesn't have the labeling or anything. Structure FC is designed for offshore fishing, for jigs, for shaky heads, for Carolina rigs, Texas rigs, anywhere you have deep water and you fish offshore on ledges or on humps. There's not a lot of information out about it yet. It's brand new, but the features you would look for a structure fishing line would be a lot of sensitivity and low stretch. So this is one of the new lines from Sunline. The second brand new product from Sunline is Fluorocarbon Leaders spools. These are great to use, and I'll tell you why. If you use a lot of braid, you're often then going to your spools of fluorocarbon or monofilament and cutting off pieces of them. And then when you go to use those spools, they're too short to fill your reel spool. So what this product is, it's FC leader. It's only to make leaders with it. And it's just great to have a couple of different pound tests in your bag. And in this way, you don't use your other spools of line. You're not constantly cutting leaders off them and making your other spools of line too short. There's two ways that leaders are used today. What I like to do is just take an arm's length. I'll pull the line out as far as I can spread my arms, and that's about 6 feet of line. And in many cases, that's good enough length of leader for me. I'll tie that to the end of my braid with a uni-to-uni knot, and I'll use that until it gets to be about 3 feet short. 3 feet's good enough. A second way that people use leaders is mostly with spinning rods, and that's called top shotting. And for the top shot technique or method of using a leader with braid, you use enough of a leader that when you go to lift the fish into the boat, you'll have the knot and a couple of turns of the fluorocarbon on your reel. And this is mostly used with spinning reels, with lighter tackle. So when you go to swing a fish into the boat, you don't have the knot out in your guides. The knot will be on the reel spool with 1 or 2 wraps of line on the spool, and that's called top shotting. And that can be about an 18-foot long leader. And again, whether you use the short leader like I do, or whether you use the long leader as in the top shotting technique, the exact length is really up to your personal preference. But this is a new, very useful, good new product coming out from Sunline. FC leader spools, and in that way you're not constantly cutting off 6 or 8 or 18-foot pieces of the line off the spools that you want to use for your reels. Another new introduction from Sunline this year is their popular FC Sniper, now in green. It's always been available in clear, and now it's available in green. The original clear is on the right, and the new green is on the left. A lot of people think fluorocarbon is invisible, but actually the clear line catches any available light and reflects it. The green absorbs the light and doesn't reflect it, and believe it or not, the green line is more transparent underwater than the clear line. So that's new. FC Sniper, everyone's favorite fluorocarbon, now in a more transparent green color. Sunline is constantly improving their products, and one of the products that they've greatly improved this year is their shooter top-of-the-line fluorocarbon. Shooter now comes in 7 to 9 pound test, and that's called Finesse Special. It's a little stretchier. It has 3% more stretch, and it has a special abrasion-resistant coating because it's a light line. The 10 to 20 pound test shooter is now called Marionette Special, and that's the same formula as always in 10 to 20 pound test. 22 to 30 pound test shooter is now called Power Special, and that has just a little bit more stretch because you're going to be flipping and pitching in close quarters, and when you go and make that power hook set, that little extra stretch helps you out quite a lot. So those are the 3 shooters: Finesse Special for light line, Marionette Special for 10 to 20 pound test, and Power Special for 22 to 30 pound test. And the thing is, you don't need to remember any of that. You just need to buy the pound test shooter that you need for your application, and you will get the correct one. So that's the new shooter, 3 different formulas for light, medium, or heavy.